Alright guys, so Cooler is about to release on Global Dokkan, so I figured now would be the perfect time for me to go ahead and do this. So this unit, this is the Salza that comes out alongside of Cooler, right? This guy TURs into the Salza or Thouser, whatever you want to call him, right? He, Dokkan Awakens into that TUR version, which is Salza plus the Cooler Armored Squadron, right? And then the SSR is just Salza or Thouser. So you can use both of them alongside each other. They both are actually pretty damn decent. And, you know, again, since this guy is about to come out on Global, I figured now would be as good a time as any to go ahead and give him a rainbow, test him out, right? Because he is by far the best Salza or Thouser that is in Dokkan currently, right? You know, there is the other AGL one, which was an awakening from an SR, who's not really too crazy, but this guy's actually pretty decent, and then, of course, his TUR is really good when you have the actual Cooler's Armored Squadron characters, so I went ahead and rainbowed him. Let's go ahead and take him into some events, and let's test him out. Alright guys, so we're here in an event. We are starting out on the Target Goku category team. Yeah, don't really get a chance to bust this one out very often. One of the main reasons that Android 13, it took me like, I don't know, maybe a half hour to find an Android 13 friend. So, you know, if you're a global player, I would not really count on summoning for Android 13. Probably not a good idea. So the thing about Salza or Thouser, or whatever you want to call him, I feel like Salza is his name, but whatever. So he gets 20% attack and defense per Conquest of Terror category ally on the team. And then if Cooler is on the team as well, he gets an additional attack that has a chance of being a super attack, right? What is that chance? It is a 10% chance. Okay, so let's see how well he's going to do. We do have Metal Cooler on rotation, 79k defense, not the greatest. I do also, of course, have the TUR on the team, rainbowed as well. I believe they have almost the same link set, maybe except for Fierce Battle. So he's at 760,000. Not the greatest, but not horrible either, considering he's just an SSR, right? But he is an SSR for a character that there's, like, no real other, like, option for SSR, pretty much. So, alright, so they have Cooler Armored Squadron, Cooler's Underling, Loyalty, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, and Brainiacs. So they have the full link set except for Fierce Battle. So obviously the SSR and TUR being linked together is going to be very good. Cooler's Armored Squad is 25% attack, which is huge. Cooler's Underling is 1 key, Loyalty's 1 key, Cold Judgment 20% defense, Shocking Speed 2 key, and then Brainiacs is 10% attack and defense. So we're talking 30% defense and 35% attack that he's going to get from being linked up with the TUR. Like, that's pretty good. That's actually quite impressive. I'm going to chill here. I don't want to super with all of these characters because, you know, I do kind of want to move slow just because, again, it took me like a half hour to find Android 13, so I don't really want to just, like, tear this Gogeta in half and then be like, oh, well, time to spend another half hour finding Android 13 so I could run this team again. You know, like, it's, you know, that's why, like, you know, something like Dokkan Fest, thank you, Cooler, I appreciate that, but that's why, like, something like Dokkan Fest Piccolo comes out, and, oh, you know what, actually, I didn't need to bring STR Cooler on the team, just Metal Cooler would actually suffice for Salza and his TUR, yeah, it would, because it's just an ally on the team whose name includes Cooler. Okay, so, unfortunately, the Cooler's Armored Squadron is going to finish Gogeta off, because they would have attacked multiple times right there, because the TUR, they get 2 additionals that have a 15% chance of being a super, so they would have finished them off for sure. Okay, so let's see what our boy is looking at right now. Again, 79k defense, not the greatest. Let me go ahead and put Metal Cooler right there in front, just to sort of block a little bit. I also did bring the STR support type unit hit. Oh wow, 100k defense before he gets orbs. That's very good. I mean, that hit is super good, right? Like, he's very, very powerful. Honestly, like, if I'm going to use hit on a team, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to be using that STR hit over the tech Dokkan Fest exclusive. You know, the Dokkan Fest exclusive is fine, I guess, but, you know, especially, like, in a stage like this, Gogeta is, oh, the 3 dodge. Gogeta's immune to being stunned. Can his attack be lowered? No. Yeah, so, like, some of these Dokkan Fest bosses, like, anytime there's, like a fusion, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Blue Vegito, they're always immune to stun, attack lowering, all that shit, pretty much. So, like, you know, that really heavily nerfs Dokkan Fest hits, right? Now, again, not necessarily saying that Dokkan Fest hit is a horrible design, because I do like all these different characters that can fulfill different roles and different modes, right? So, like, we have this Dokkan Fest hit who is, if only he had a little bit more defense, he would be so solid for, like, Super Battle Road. But, like, you know, he still does the attack lowering, he does the stunning as well, which could be useful, right? I actually want to finish Gogeta off right here, by the way, and we're not gonna. Oh, this is annoying. That's unfortunate, but I mean, we will say, because I just would have liked Salza to be able to spread his wings a little bit, and Gogeta is going to take one hit and be done. I hate when this happens. Yep. Thank you. Oh, 13. You couldn't have gotten a double super attack right there. Thank you, my boy, so much. Well, we're still going to get the rotation I want right here. We also do have Metal Cooler on rotation as well. You know, wow. 13, that's pretty good. I guess he is getting... okay, that was a strong rotation for the 13s, because they were getting support from all 3 units, right? Because 13 himself is an Android category support type unit, and then Cooler's giving the Transformation Boost category support. So, like, those Android 13s were super powerful right there. Okay, so this is going to be really good. Yeah, defense up to 100k for an SSR, solid. Look at the TUR right there, 140k defense. Very good. Again, that TUR... this is one reason why I'm so disappointed that movie bosses is not movie villains, because, like, this unit is really good, but there's not really a ton of places for them to really be that solid. So let's see what Salza does right here with Int Metal Cooler as a support type unit, and then, of course, having his TUR there. So every single link of his is active, by the way, this SSR Salza. And he gets up to 1 million right there. Not bad. And then again, he would have another attack coming with a 10% a chance of being a super. So, could be worse. Not bad at all. Alright guys, so now we are on STR Cooler's team with our boy Salza. And here he has 100k defense right at the start of turn. So, again, Salza and the Cooler Armored Squadron on the actual Conquest of Terra team, where you're using a full Conquest of Terra team, they're pretty good. Like, and again, an SSR that has 100k defense right at the start of turn, that's not bad. And remember, Salza is not getting a support type buff from Cooler right here. He only would if we were fighting 2 enemies, right? So, there he is, just under a 1 million attack stat. Like, as you guys could see, once this guy gets linked up with the TUR, he's going to be pretty formidable. He's not bad at all. Like, they're definitely... Dokkan is doing a really good job, I think, with releasing these banner units and making them very, very solid. Okay, so I could just go full out right here. It doesn't really matter. Because these... The one thing I do like about these fusion bosses, I've noticed, is that, like, the Vegito and Gogeta, they are very sturdy, right? Like, we had that turn with double Android 13 and Cooler, and we did not finish Gogeta off. Like, you know, of course, Gogeta had type advantage over Cooler, but still, like, that was very impressive to me that Gogeta survived. I mean, Android 13, I personally like way better before he transforms than after he transforms, right? So, like, you know, 2 of him on rotation giving the double support. All 3 of those units were rainbowed and stuff like that, too. So, again, that was just very impressive to me overall. Okay, so now we got the, like, this is one of the rotations we want. Salza, his effectiveness is going to shoot way up right here. Dude, look at that. Look at these 2 together. Like, this is just a banner unit. Like, that's very impressive. Like, wow. Look at this guy. 188k defense. He's good. Like, they're both good. Like, they're going to destroy Vegito right here. Like, will Vegito survive this turn? I don't know. And his attack stat, 1.32. I mean, that can only go up once we get Turles, too, right? So, let me just make sure. I'm going to use, like, a defensive item. Ooh, nice. We got the Hidden Potential System additional right there. I'm going to make sure to use an item next turn to make sure that we don't fall below the certain HP threshold and then, like, you know, Turles does not transform on us. So they were at 2 million right there. They could get higher, by the way. When Turles is on rotation, which we'll get in a couple turns here, they'll be able to activate Fierce Battle. So they'll jump up probably like 2.2 million or 2.3 or something like that. Very impressive. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh, this is bad. Okay, the good news... Okay, we're fine. Because Yeah, we're completely okay because Cooler Cooler has no links active. I am going to use a King Yama right here just to ensure, right, that we are not going to take damage. I'm going to use a double King Yama, actually, just to ensure we take no damage, because I've had it happen dozens, millions of times, where it's like, all right, we got the rotation, and Turles transformed. Great. It happens more often than you think, so I am not interested in letting Turles have the opportunity to transform and ruin this. We're just not dealing with it. So, double King Yama, don't even have to worry about a damn thing, right? So, Cooler, again, looking impressive. You know, not going against a pure or hybrid Saiyan. Remember, the Cooler doesn't transform until turn 6, right? But he's still incredibly impressive even before he transforms. He's one of the strongest units in the game for a reason, right? Okay, so I also brought the LR Ginyu because, you know, they're a Conquest of Terror category unit. Don't really get a chance to use them very much. All right, this is what we want right here. So let's see. 112k defense, you're at 167. So defense is less because Turles does not give defense, right, compared to Metal Cooler. Metal Cooler gives 30% attack and 40% defense. Turles just gives 40% attack. So our attack stats will be higher right here, but our defensive numbers obviously will be a bit lower. But this is still a really good rotation for these two Salzas right here. 1.37. Very good for an SSR. And then he does have, there's the second attack right there. 10% chance activated. And then he does have the hidden potential system attack as well. Then you're at 2.32 with 2 attacks coming. And again, this is, I don't know if I want to call this guy the hardest Dokkan Fest exclusive boss. You know, him and Gogeta. Because, like, I think the Namek Goku is probably still harder. And then, like, Android 13, because he massively lowers your defense, is also, I think, way harder as well. How much will you take right here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, there you go. So, these Salzas are good, man. But at the same time, I've, you know, sucked them off for a full video. Don't summon. Alright, so this is Competent Skills Thouser, or Salza, whatever you want to go with. His leader skill is Conquest of Terror category, key 2, and 100% of stats. Remember, he is just like an unawakened version of the TUR, right? The TUR is a 120% leader to Conquest of Terror. Thouser's super attack is the Thouser Blade, which does supreme damage and lowers attack. His passive skill, Talent of the Armored Squad, is 20% attack and defense per Conquest of Terror category ally in the team. Then he launches an additional attack that has a chance of becoming a super attack if there's an ally on the team whose name includes Cooler, and that is a 10% chance. Now, that passive is completely fine. I've said many times, I don't mind these types of passives if it's asking for the unit to be on the team. That's not an issue, right? Because STR Cooler is so good, you'll want him on these teams anyway. You know, Physical Final Form Cooler is so good. Metal Cooler, like, you'll run one of them, right? The issue is when they have to be on your rotation, right? That's when it becomes an issue. But as long as the units don't have, it has to be on rotation, I have no issue whatsoever with these passives. And again, Cooler units are so good, it's not really a negative anyway, right? His links are Cooler's Armored Squad, Cooler's Underling, Loyalty, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, and Brainiacs, which, you know, fine links. You know, I don't know, I guess. See, because, like, Cooler's Armored Squad and Cooler's Underling are, like, so, like, limited. It's just these two units, like his SSR and his Awakening. It would be nice if we got, like, the other members of, like, the Cooler's Armored Squadron as, like, you know, free-to-play 100% units or something like that, at least to make them usable, right? Loyalty, at the very least, you are going to be able to rock that with some of the Ginyu Force members. Oh, and also, AGL Metal Rildo has got that, and Deborah. Those are units that are on Conquest of Terror, so you could potentially get Loyalty. Again, there's so many villain units that really need to be fleshed out by Dokkan. I would love if Dokkan just went on a long string. What Dokkan really needs to do, it's like, okay, Anniversary. We release, like, you know, Gogeta, Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, stuff like that. Saiyan Day. Okay, Evolution Blue Vegeta, UI Goku, Bardock, something like that, right? But, like, you know, like, the beginning of March, release, like, a villain. Like, you know, April, release, like, Demon King Piccolo, right? Like, oh, Goku Day. All right, so we'll do LR, you know, I don't know, LR Great Ape Goku or something like that, right? But then it's like, oh, the end of May? Okay, you know, we'll do, like, you know, again, some sort of, like villain, right? Like, I don't know. Well, I guess Great Ape Vegeta is a character that would probably sell well. That could be a Dokkan Fest. But, like, in between the big celebrations is where I would really like to see them really expand a lot of these villain-type characters. And, like, you know, Demon King Piccolo, the Ginyu Force, all these characters. Bojack, all of them. There's so many versions of these characters that are just, like, complete fodder. And, like, we have just so many infinite amounts of heroes. It's like, you have to remember that it's about how well they sell, right? Like, the reason we get Saiyans every single banner is because Saiyans sell well. It's just that simple. So, for big anniversaries and download celebrations and, you know, Golden Week and Saiyan Day and stuff like that, we're always going to get the super hype Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito eventually, stuff like that. But it's the in-between is when we can really, like, make, like, super good units. Like, Cooler, you know, really, they should have made Android 13 as good as Cooler, released them at the beginning of December, you know, before a bunch of hype stuff like New Year's and stuff came out. Like, it works perfectly. So, hopefully in 2020 they do make that a priority, right? His 12K multiplier is 130%, not the greatest. The TUR is at 140%, which is probably what we would expect. And then this Salza or Thouser is on 2 different categories. We saw them on both today. Conquest of Terror, of course, which, you know, came out with Cooler. Again, this will get a lot better in the future because many characters such as Slug, Demon King Piccolo, Bojack, Great Ape Vegeta, Baby, you know, they're all going to get Dokkan Fest exclusives at some point. So, you know, that will be interesting to see how this category will look after all that. Then he's also on the Target Goku category, literally the most pointless category in existence. It's just the Android category with, like, hits and Cooler and, like, you know, the Cooler's Armored Squadron on it. Like, it's bizarre, right? But there we go. There's this guy. Amazing unit. Don't summon. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.